I'm Christy Conway with Charleston Home and Design Magazine, and I'm downtown in this really neat new restaurant, and I'm talking to John Gaccione and Chad Sanders of QEI. How are you doing, guys?
Good.
Good.
Well, it's nice to be down here and see the new restaurant. What was your part in this new opening?
We basically did one of our general contractors was awarded this job, and we actually did all the technology, including the audio, security, video, fire system, and then we also did the electrical portion, the lighting, and all the high voltage scope of work involved here.
Okay, well, so correct me if I'm wrong. You actually have two branches of your company. There was Quality Electric, right, which that's obviously electric, right. And then QEI. Can you talk about your focus as that branch, QEI?
Our QEI division basically encompasses home technology, or in this case, commercial technology, which involves home audio, home video, security systems, cameras, and lighting control, and through home automation, we tie in all of those aspects in your home through one app, which goes on your iPhone or iPod, or it goes on an LCD screen in your home, and basically it allows you, from a touch of your finger, to control all those aspects in your home.
Okay, so John, you were the technician actually on this project, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And what exactly did they request specifically?
On this particular project, they requested lighting control, and they requested music. And they were going to experiment out and see how that worked for them, and then eventually they were talking about tying in their security systems, thermostat control, and camera systems down the road.
And now when you talk about control, how do they control it? Is it one place?
There are several places you can control it. In this particular application, they can control it from a touch screen, or they can control it from their iPhones or iPads. Currently, they have two managers. One has an iPad, and each have an iPhone. And the applications are set up on there for them to control their things.
So it's all Mac-based, or can you do it on a PC-based?
You can do it as well as on a PC. Like I have the PC, there's a special application with this called Composer, and that's all set up on their computer, so they can also do that and make changes to the system themselves, computer-based.
Okay. Now, you mentioned lighting and music. Now, can you tell me a little bit about if they were to expand into the security section, what would be involved in that?
Well, for them to expand into security, it would actually be just one part and download an application or a driver, in this case, to our actual base system. And what that would allow them to do is see their virtual keypad on their iPad or iPhone. So what they would see is a mimic of what the keypad looks like, and they could control it from either here or away at home. If they found that the restaurant was left unlocked, they could arm that system from their residence or wherever they're at that time. They can also unlock it from wherever they're at to allow them, now disarm the security system, like cleaners come in or deliveries that they got tied up in traffic. They could do that remotely.
Now, how does this technology apply to the residential side? Is it the same type of deal?
Yeah, it's actually the same system, and it ties in, like we said, home audio. It ties in your lights, your HVAC. It even has different apps for the kitchen that you can control your range. You can preset from your car. You can set your range at a certain temperature when you're coming home. It also has an app for sub-zero refrigerators, to where if you're having entertaining or having people over, you can set the sub-zero to go into a party mode, to where it creates more ice, and then you can have it shut back off. So there's a lot of cool things it can do.
So you're saying that if I was driving home and I have an hour commute or whatever, I could preheat the oven. That's what you're saying?
Yes.
That's pretty incredible. And if I were to have someone over, we could make drinks by the time I got home, because we'd have so much ice. That's neat. So you have some of this actually installed in your own home. What kind of features do you have in your own home?
I have automated door locks, to where You can unlock your door, lock your door from remotely from New York if you wanted to. I have lighting control to control any light in my house from the touch of my iPhone or iPod. I also have home audio that streams through the iPod, through my iPad, and then I have movie applications on my iPad. And all that's tied into one screen, one application, one app. At night, I can press one button on my iPad and turn off the lights, lock the door, and alarm the security system. So it's a convenience factor.
So does a homeowner or a restaurant owner need to manipulate the building at all to get the system to work, or is it all just through the iPad?
No, ma'am. It's all replaceable with the current infrastructure in the building or the home. And it's not only workable from iPads and Apple-based. You can do it from Android devices. You can also do it from your TV screen. So if you don't have an iPad or an iPod or an iPhone, you can actually do it by a remote control on your TV, or like Chad said, with an actual touch screen. Or we can set it up where you push certain buttons, and certain things will happen as you push buttons on your light switches.
Oh, okay.
So it does not necessarily have to be on an Apple-based product.
Okay. So if a home was already built, you're saying you don't have to tear down any walls and wire anything or anything like that?
We will not have to do any damage. We'll have to rewire and pull out some switches and replace them with the switches that we need for this application.
But it's all wireless. Okay. All right. So now, I know we talked about this a little bit before we started the interview, but if I were to do this, I would wonder about the security of someone being able to control my door locks wirelessly. Can you talk a little bit about that?
The security aspect of somebody breaking into or hacking into your modems and routers is very unlikely. And then they would have to get through the password of the controller of Control 4. So when you put the Control 4 in and use this automation system, not only do you have the control of your network passwords, but you have to enroll that device into the Control 4. So if it's not enrolled in that Control 4, it cannot control it. If you want to add the device, you have to get into the computer, add it, and you have to have special software for that. And it has to be downloaded. That computer has to be identified to that network as far as the controller for the Control 4. So it's virtually impossible for them to hack into that and make a device work where they can unlock your doors.
Okay, so you mentioned the word Control 4. Can you explain what that is?
Control 4 in this particular application is the home automation system and that we are using, the product that we're using currently in this project, and as Chad spoke about in his home. That is what Control 4 is.
Okay. All right. Now, Chad obviously is in the technology business, and a restaurant is high-end. But can a regular Joe get this in their own home?
Yes, they can. We are currently working on several projects where the average homeowner is coming in and starting at a baseline. What is good about this particular product that we're using is you can build it as you go. You can start with a base and do maybe one room of lighting, one room of audio, and as your budget allows, you can go further with this. It's continually can be built upon. So you don't just go in one shot, you spent this money, and then you have to replace everything. You can add on to this as you see fit, or you see more controls needed, or you'd like to do more with your home.
Now, with technology, to me, it seems like it's always changing. But what I find interesting about your company is that actually Quality Electric was around in the late 70s. I know you started QEI when?
QEI actually started about 6 years ago, but Quality Electric was started back in the late 70s by my grandfather and father, and so we've been in business about 35 years, and we've always been involved with home technology through Quality Electric, but we had an opportunity, there was an opportunity when technology came along that we felt like we needed a dedicated division towards home technology. So that's when we established QEI Technology to be dedicated to all types of home technology.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that I can appreciate, a company like yours being around for a while. I know that if I were to install that kind of technology in my home, I would want someone to come to if I'm not very good with technology, to come to if I had any questions. And a company that's been around a long time, I mean, that would make me feel a little bit more secure about it. Now, if someone wanted to learn more about this technology, because this is probably a drop in the bucket, is there a website that you guys have?
Yeah, our website is www.QEIsecurity.com. So, and it has a lot of our packages, home automation packages, and audio, video. You know, we do a lot of security systems. We do central vac. And we have the ability to do automated blinds, and like we previously discussed, lighting control.
And do you come out to a house and do an evaluation in advance? Is that included, or does that cost anything to the homeowners?
No, we can come out and evaluate exactly what you're wanting and put together a package, and we don't charge to come out and to give you an estimate.
Okay. So if they wanted to do that, what's your phone number?
Our phone number is 797-7603.
Great. Well, I hope they get you, John, because you seem like a good technician. Thank you so much for meeting with me.
Thank you.
Thank you.